Steamlord, written by the Psychopath. Chapter 16, Nano-congiguration. "Hi, Twilight," Steamlord said blatantly, with Sunrise still hanging onto his leg.
"Steam, that was... I'm not sure if I should say amazing or horrible."
"Why horrible?"
"Your bodyguard single-handedly defeated an entire Royal Guard regiment. That's an affront to the princesses."
"So? And who is this?" Steamlord said while staring at a little yellow and pink ball who was shaking wildly.
"That's Fluttershy,"
answered Sunrise. The little dragon was still sniffing, but she had regained herself. "Fluttershy?"
"What's wrong?"
asked Twilight. She looks strangely like that pony that I saw the first time I entered this world, the one who was tending to the animals. I think it's her house that we accidentally destroyed. I apologize and hope I can make up for it." To this apology, the Pegasus stood up and nervously looked at the towering beast in front of her. It wasn't so much his size that scared her, but rather his appearance.
"It's okay. It was fixed up quite quickly. I understand why you fled when Rainbow Dash chased after you. You know who she is, right?"
"I've had an encounter."
"How was it?"
"It was good at first, but then she taught me something I'm still disturbed about. Either way, I must return home for a brief moment."
"I suppose I have to stay here,"
complained Sunrise as she folded her arms and gave a pouty lip. "What? No, we haven't been spending enough time together. I'll need you to help me with the canisters."
"Ooh, what's in 'em?"
said a pink pony that came out of nowhere.
"Pinkie Pie, where did you come from? You almost startled me."
"Don't worry, Fluttershy, I won't scare you. So, what's in the canisters you're bringing? Is it presents? Candy? Presents?"
"No!" yelled Steamlord. "Come on, Sunrise and Crusader Knights." The five left quickly for the forest. While they were gone, the three mares started to gossip amongst themselves.
"Wow, did you see what those three guys did? They were all like wham and then bam, then some skrapooch and more explosions and Michael baboom."
"Michael what?"
Twilight asked in confusion.
"I don't know, it just came to mind. Hey Fluttershy, what do you think about him?"
Well, I think he's very nice. He did take in a little orphan dragon, and she looks so kind too. Her scales are also very pretty."
"I know, she just seems so strange for a baby dragon. She's unusually polite too. I thought the dragons were violent and mean. I did see how the adolescent ones acted when I followed Spike during the migration."
"How did that go anyways?"
asked Pinkie Pie. Twilight gave a nervous smile.
"It could have gone better."
"Twilight, Pinkie Pie, Applejack!"
yelled the pony. Twilight recognized the voice and called for the mare.
"Over here, Rarity."
"Twilight, oh, there you are. Hey, girls."
Rarity had apparently galloped quite far. The scenery was quite troublesome as well.
What happened here? Is this what all that ruckus was?"
Some ponies had already started to try and move the debris away, not trusting what the creature had said.
"Well..."
"Yeah, they went all boom and then kablam, Michael sploosh."
"What?"
Twilight sighed and took in a deep breath as she started to explain everything that had transpired, from the inky mist to the monster hunters being slapped. While Rarity was trying to get answers, the sounds of metallic footsteps stomping on the ground crept closer to the group. Turning around, every pony saw Steamlord and the other four carrying large metal containers looking similar to a barrel. They each dropped the barrels onto the floor next to the four mares. Even though the containers were too big for Sunrise, she seemed to have no trouble carrying one over her head. She didn't seem to notice, despite her obvious struggles, that Hospitaller was carrying the back of the barrel with one head while carrying its own barrel on its shoulder. Sunrise lay down against one of the barrels, sweating wildly, while Steamlord started fiddling with his MPVG. This enraged Rarity.
"Hey, how dare you put this sweetheart into such tasks? You should have been the one to carry that barrel, not this poor dear,"
Rarity said while giving the sad face to Sunrise. Blah blah blah. She wanted to carry one, so I gave her one. She's pretty strong, huh?
What? You can't!
Steamlord lifted an eyebrow. Rarity understood immediately.
I mean, well, yes, she does seem pretty strong for her age, but that's not a reason to do what you do.
Bah! Don't worry. Like I'd put her in any threatening position and will— You stop touching those! Pinkie Pie kept hitting the barrels trying to figure out what was in them. She stepped back and smiled embarrassingly after Steamlord yelled at her. The man shook his head after a sigh and continued to fiddle with the buttons on his MPVG. However, the holographic screen started to pop up, allowing for 3D manipulation. The appearance of these things struck Twilight's curiosity.
What is that?
It's my multi-purpose writing gauntlet. It's something I created.
It looks very advanced.
It is. I don't think you have anything that can compare to the technological level that I wield.
Ship repairs now at 54%,
said a strange voice out of nowhere.
What was that?
Stuttered Fluttershy.
That's just security system. She helps out a lot around the house.
Sunrise announced proudly.
What did you mean by ship repaired?
Said Rarity. Nothing, ignore that part.
Steam, do you think I could borrow your technology so I can study it in my laboratory?
Steamlord twitched and Teutonic grabbed him while the two other knights stood in front of Twilight Sparkle. No, never! I'll never give anyone or anything my technology! Never! You'll never have it! I won't have the cupidity and avarice take hold of it again! No matter how pure you are, you'll certainly fall just like those other buffoons did! The surprising strength of Steamlord's voice was literally heard throughout the town and even the everfree forest as some birds flew high into the air. The pony stared with wide eyes at the sudden fury shown by the gentle Steamlord. Even Sunrise was terrified, and she still liked the knights after their display. Quickly, though, Teutonic let go of its creator, who started tapping furiously on the symbol showing up on the screens. There, that should be it. I suggest you stay back, Rarity.
Why?
The lids of the containers flopped off and what looked like sparkling black water flew into the air and landed on everybody in the area.
Ew, 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 this is so gross. You could have warned me. Oh, it's going to take weeks to get this out of my main.
You find that disturbing? Security system, assume control of nanobots and begin repairs on the nearby damaged structures.
Affirmative.
Rarity froze in shock as the water started to crawl off of her and everything around. A night witch and the white unicorn fell upon the ground, apparently unconscious. Pinkie Pie decided to mess around with these things and kept jumping in front of the massive wave only to have the tiny legs of the nanobots scurry over her, tickling the pink pony wildly. However, Pinkie Pie stopped her gaze when she saw the massive shadow float over all the debris and make this one disappear. The waves would then go over a portion of a damaged building that the piece corresponded to and rebuild everything perfectly. The Ponyville citizens were surprised and watched these little contraptions rebuild their town. And that is how my nanobots saved the day.
I apologize earlier if I offended you, Steam, but I must know, what are they?
Those are my nanobots. They each grab a molecule of the building pieces and use their submolecular scanners to find with which type of molecule the ones they currently possess corresponds to.
So basically they're assembling puzzles?
That's one way to put it, yes.
Excuse me, but, can I bring Rarity back to her house?
Sure.
Okay, Pinkie Pie, could you help me if you want to?
Course I do. See you later.
Twilight stood next to Steamlord and Sunrise, who just looked at what the nanobots were doing.
So, Steamlord, could you tell me why you don't want to talk about your past?
Twilight said while staring at the ground. Steamlord didn't move. When Princess Celestia invites me to her castle, I will tell you and everyone else of my past, and you'll see just to what extent I went to try and stop the ashfall. All in all, the day went pretty neatly, but there was still much for Steamlord to do before choosing to stay within Equestria. For today, however, he was going to spend some time with Sunrise. They were going to explore the sights, enjoy the lovely telephone booths, and so on. He was going to need to get ready for the future audience with the princesses. He was sure that they would look like old hags if they were as old as told by history. Funny things already started rushing through his head. I remember back in the day, you see those windows? Well, we didn't have windows back then. We had holes in the wall, and we had to take turns blocking them with our bodies for the night. Okay, so maybe not exactly funny, but still humorous if thought with an old lady's voice. Steamlord wasn't exactly known for having good humor. Heck, even security system had better humor than he did. It was going to be a long waiting time. And here you have another chapter of Steamlord. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, hit that like button and subscribe. And in other news... Ha! You all thought I was going to do some daily dose of brainwashing, huh? Well, joke's on you, because I'm not going to do that in this chapter. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!